Obviously, this story sounds fake.
That's morbid.
But it's like one of them ones where I won't even lie, I was watching it on the toilet. And I was sitting there, I was like, and then every video was like, and then, you know, sometimes the part 2 is not linked and you have to go and scroll and find. I was like, oh my God, I need to hear what happens next. But I didn't actually get to the end of the story. I saved it because I thought we could watch it together.
Okay. Oh, you're thinking of me while you're taking a shit?
Yeah.
That's great. You usually showed me the first 5 seconds of this video and my face literally just went.
And I tried to get us to do this last time and you was like, nah. See, this is why you should never jump to conclusions.
Did I say no?
Yeah, you shut it down completely. You was like, nah. And I was like, okay. And then I thought, let me just try it now. Anyway, I'm waffling. Do you know some people don't know what the word waffling means?
Yeah, so it's a British slang term. You're waffling, mate.
Let us know in the comments if you know what waffling means.
Oh yeah, most of the people that watch us are British.
No, that's not true. Actually, most of our viewership is based in America. And Americans don't know what waffling means.
Really? Mm-hmm. You fucking dumb. I'm joking.
I just matched with my dead wife on Tinder. I had numbly swiped left so many times in a row, I almost missed it. I wish I had. My wife Alison has been dead for 2 full years. Yet there she was on Tinder, smiling at me in a photo I'd never seen.
Before we continue,
I would sink.
What are you doing?
First of all, it would make me really sad because she's dead. But then I'd be like,
what a sick fuck.
What?
Huh?
What?
I'd think to myself, what a sick fuck. Like, who has created a fake profile with my wife's picture?
That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking this bitch
Fucking
made a profile. The first it was sadness, and I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a damn minute.
How have I come across that? And my mind went in 2 places. Did she fake her death and she's out there looking for some dick right now? Or the other one was, wait, this whole time you had a Tinder profile? I'm walking straight over to your grave. I'm going to start cussing. What the fuck is this?
See, my mind would have straight away taken me to somebody's created a fake profile using my wife's pictures. Like, this is just disgusting, outrageous.
Yeah, that's terrible if someone did that.
All of the air went out the room. I skimmed through the rest of her profile. There was no writing, but 3 other pictures of my dead wife I'd never seen before, including one with the Statue of Liberty behind her, even though I knew she'd never been to New York City. At least to my knowledge.
See, by that point, yeah, I'd be on your side, like, hold on.
I'll be like, I'm getting a shovel right now. We're going to have a little talk. I'm joking.
Pictures I ain't seen before. She's in New York. Like, yeah, maybe she's just faked it and is living life.
Swiped right and breathed for the first time in nearly 2 minutes. I struggled to sleep for the next 48 hours, never getting a match, ready to message Tinder and tell them someone was impersonating my beloved dead wife on their app and doing some kind of magical Photoshop to put in her pictures. The match came at 3:33 a.m, lighting up my phone. I was already awake.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry.
I just want to
I will let you watch the video. But I kid you not, I always wake up at 3:33, you know. No, I'm not even lying. I always wake up during the night. No, not even about angel numbers, but I always wake up during the night and I tap my phone to look if anyone's messaged me or anything. And I always hit 3:33 and I'm like, wow, this is a bit spooky. Like, why do I always keep waking up at 3:33? Like the exact time every day.
Devil's in your bed.
Don't say that, Michael.
3:33. 3:33. That, first of all, 3 a.m. is the witching hour. You're specifically waking up at 3:33.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, you do that twice, it's 666.
Stop.
Well, I'm just letting you know.
Stop it.
Maybe check if there's a little dent next to you.
Watch next time I do it. I'm going to screenshot it just so I can send it to you and show you.
You're just going to sit up till 3:33.
I'm not that much of a loser. Thank you very much.
Match came with a message, just a simple hi. The absolute worst in any situation, let alone this one. So true. I mashed the letters on my phone as hard and as fast as I could. Who is this? Why are you doing this? And where did you get these pictures of my wife? She died of cervical cancer 2 years ago, you monster.
Oh, that's so dark.
I had to wait for another 24 hours before I got an answer. It came in the middle of the night again. Derek, I miss you. I'm sorry for what happened. That was it. Sorry for what happened? She died of natural causes she in no way could have controlled. And was I supposed to believe that my dead wife's spirit decided to inhabit a Tinder profile and hit me up on it? I got another message as these thoughts ran through my head. Are you home? What the fuck? I got another answer before I could form my own. I'm outside.
Boys, get the guns, get the swords, get the machetes, call every psychopath you know. Beef's about to go down, my dead wife is at the door. Apparently the zombie apocalypse has started. I'm calling every single unhinged person I know. I'm going to tell them, my wife who died 2 years ago just said she's outside my door. Are you at home? Bring some guns.
Do you not think that they'd be like, all right, Mike, are you okay? Have you had too much to drink tonight? Like, do you think they'd actually believe you and quickly drive straight away at that time of the night?
Let me explain something to you, right? My boys, if you're watching, if I call you and say my wife who died of cervical cancer 2 years ago is outside my door, saying she's outside my door, one or two things is going on. Some psycho is impersonating my wife and he's outside my door, or the fucking zombie apocalypse has started and for some reason zombies in this universe know how to use Tinder. Either way, you're coming to my house and you're going to help me.
Would you not call 999?
And say what? My dead wife is on Tinder texting me.
My dead wife said she's at the door. I'm scared.
The operator on the phone is going to be like, I'm not dealing with this shit.
No. The operator is going to get you sectioned because they'll show up and there'll be no one there.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You're going to the funny farm, mate.
The funny farm. But you got the messages there. So you can be like, look, my dead wife was texting me.
Continue washing.
My blood ran cold.
Oh.
Something rattled in the darkness of my kitchen, and I jumped up and readied myself in bed and then realised it was just the ice dropping in the ice maker in the freezer.
Sorry? Is that something that happens?
Yeah.
On its own?
It's like
in big fridges. Wow.
Another message.
Sound like she was guzzling something.
Let me in, please. Fuck.
No.
Fuck.
How about no?
What? Someone had to be fucking about with me, but who would be this impossibly cruel and diabolical? There may have been a couple of people who didn't like me at work, but no one would go anywhere near this far. Another message. Never mind, no more time for thought, just reading. Never mind. I got in. I heard the front door of my house close and I tightened up in my bed.
Get my shotgun. I have Ricardo on the other line going, what are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Get my shotgun right now. I'm about to shoot my dead wife.
Hearing the door close, knowing you're home alone, you've had these messages come through and the door has closed.
Do you know what would be worse? If you can hear high heels.
Stop it.
Because then I'm like, okay, it's actually my dead wife, apparently. I'd be like, it's an intruder, right? I'm going to shoot this motherfucker. But if you hear heels, click and clanking all the way up the stairs, you will start shitting yourself. Like, well, my dead wife has actually come back.
On a serious level, though, this has happened to you and you're home alone and you hear the door close from downstairs. Like, what would you actually do? Like, would you grab your sword? Would you be scared? Would you hide? Would you jump out the window? Like, what are you doing? Like, I think I would just freeze in so much fear. I wouldn't know what to do.
Well, I mean, you've been to my room before, so you can fact check me in front of these guys. I have an abundance of weapons in my room. So if someone breaks into my house, you better be locked and loaded, or you're going to get sliced and diced. And so my initial reaction would be to grab my axe or grab my sledgehammer or one of my swords and I'd wait in my room. I'd probably
just wait ready.
I'll lock my door because then they have to break in, right? And I can be there ready. Bang.
No, if it's a ghost.
Well, if it's a ghost, I'm fucked.
And you got
right?
no hope.
Yeah, then I've got no hope. But I'd get my machete, all the things, all the anime stuff I've collected, the real shit, that Egyptian dagger that I've got, even my bat from Walking Dead. I got a replica Negan Walking Dead bat. I'm grabbing something. I'm locking my door. Well, first, assuming nobody's home, because obviously people are home, I'm gonna go out and try to help them. But no one's home. I'm locking my door. And then I'm like, right, are you in my house? There's only one way through here because you can't fit through my window unless you're a ghost. Then I'm fucked. So you start breaking my door down. I swear to God, the way Negan beat the fuck out of Glenn in The Walking Dead, the minute your head or your hand peeks through, I'm swinging with the force of God. I'm taking something with me. If I'm going down, a PCU is coming with me. We're both going to go together. Texting me off my dead wife's profile, man. You crazy. Such a violation.
I started to write back. Another message rang in before I could shoot mine off.
Rang in? What? Excuse
also,
me?
what are you shooting off, Derek? You're on Tinder too soon, Derry. The pet name only the two of us used between each other. Derry. The logistics of who knew that name flashed through my head as I heard footsteps approach my unlocked bedroom door. Then the footsteps stopped right outside. They were accompanied by a fresh message in my inbox.
Ding.
You were supposed to mourn me, not try to fuck 23-year-olds on Tinder. I realised right there that it was even following Alison's quirk to impeccably punctuate any kind of message, even if it didn't matter, putting the dashes into the 23-year-old. I spoke, finally. Alison, I'm sorry. I love you. I miss you. I've been sick to my stomach for 2 years, but I had to move on. Throughout most mornings for almost a year, I was wrecked. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything, but I'm finally starting to put it together. I pleaded into the wood of my bedroom door. My throat went dry. I couldn't speak anymore, too choked up, just like I'd been when I tried to give Alison's eulogy. I'm fucking sorry. Everything hurts. Every day. You're my only love. Forever. I couldn't hear or see anything, but I could sense someone out there on the other side of the door. Then I couldn't. Then I heard footsteps walk away.
Oh.
Now, before it gets to the big reveal, because I don't know where this is going, if she texts me saying you weren't meant to be on Tinder talking to 23-year-olds, I was like, the fuck am I supposed to be doing? What, it's been 2 years.
It's too soon,
What
Mikey.
are you doing on Tinder? You're supposed to be in a grave right now. What the fuck are you doing on Tinder?
Coming to tell you to stop fucking 23-year-olds.
But you climbed out of your grave to tell me to not bang 23-year-olds. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me? That's
How
the first
dare
thing you
you?
told me.
How dare you?
No, get back in your hole, okay? God had a plan, you weren't in it. Exit. You walk into my house, scare the fuck out of me, and then you start, and that's the first thing you say.
Gobsmacked.
And then you use our
How
pet name.
dare you?
I'm joking, obviously.
Oh my God.
Well, you're the one that believes in God's plan, right?
Yeah, but that was harsh.
I'm sorry, yeah, but
That was like stone heart type talking.
you've crossed a line. You have resurrected from the dead, and the first thing you do is scare the fuck out of me and stalk me on Tinder.
Yeah, because she's turning in her grave because of your behavior.
I'd say to her, how did you even know? Well, you got phones in the underworld.
Always watching Mike Mazowski. Always watching.
What is this is obviously it's probably not a dead person. This is gonna be some prick that's fucking with him, I hope.
How's the prick getting inside the house and then texting all this shit?
That's what pricks usually do. They're called thieves.
Then I heard my door close again. I checked the app. I had a message waiting for me. Okay. Goodbye. XO. I felt like my spine tried to climb out of my body. My entire being went numb. I couldn't feel anything other than an odd, disconnected pain. It was her. I walked out to the front door and looked outside. There were no signs of life. I went back to my phone in the bedroom. Alison's profile had been deleted. I felt okay. Until a couple of nights ago, after I came back from a date with a 26-year-old I met off Tinder.
Jerry!
Came home tipsy after a few drinks and a make-out session in my car. I was on a high. I'm
Are
sorry.
you fucking 17?
Yeah, he's obviously reverted back to his,
Fuck off, Derek.
high school jock face.
Well, I don't understand. Why would they throw shade at him? He's not allowed to kiss girls in his car.
I don't know how old he is, but if he's like a older man, they're probably just saying it's a bit childish for you to go on a date with a 26-year-old, smooch in a car, and then be on a high horse like all giggly about it.
Well, he's probably not gotten any action. Some 26-year-olds looked his way. He's kissed her in his car and they're ripping him for it. Go fuck yourself. What is this, man? It's bad enough that his dead wife scared the shit out of him, crawled out of the grave to accuse him of banging 23-year-olds. 26-year-olds to his defense, according to him. And then he finally does get some action in peace. And now these guys are clowning him as well.
Action, but anyway, if you want to call it that.
Making out of a girl is some action. If you've been getting nothing.
Smooch, it's just...
He said making out, not smooching.
Same thing.
No, a smooch is a little peck. That means nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Smooch them. Then eat their face. Right?
I checked the app to see photos of the girl whose tongue had just been in my mouth. and noticed that I had a new like. He's fucking minging.
I hate Derek so much. I hope he fucking dies.
I would haunt the fuck out of Derek.
I would mess around.
I'd come
with that
back.
prick so
Yeah,
much.
you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I had a new like. I had my account on premium. Of course he fucking does. I had my account on premium so I could see who it was. It was Alison again, but with the same profile. She was only 1 mile away. I swipe right. Let's see where it goes.
Wait, what? Oh, it was all bullshit.
There's part 2, part 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's more to this. So he's had this girl's tongue down his throat, this 26-year-old. He's clicked on Tinder, I guess, to look at her profile again. Mm-hmm. And then he's had his wife, ex-wife, dead wife, like him again with the same profile that was deleted a few days ago, but it's the exact same profile again.
I'd message her being like, what are you doing out of your hole again? Get the fuck back in. The fuck? You got anything better to do with your new supernatural powers than stalk me on Tinder? Go fucking help the Avengers or something, man. Jesus.
I stepped on a dead bird.
Jesus Christ.
When I walked out my front door to go to work in the morning, I picked up my heel and looked down at a snuffed out robin that had just been underneath my boot. I thought nothing of it until I found another dead bird. This one, a fat brown little sparrow, deceased at my feet.
Mean.
The sparrow and the robin were just 2 of what looked to be a dozen dead birds strewn around the entry and front yard of my home.
Oh.
This couldn't have been an accident. My pet name for my wife was Birdie. I took the lead this time, messaging Alison on Tinder. Who is this really, and why are you doing this? I've been through enough already. I had to sweat out the longest day of work of my life without an answer. I was numbly eating my signature dinner of spaghetti carbonara that I could make with just 5 ingredients in just 15 minutes.
No, not you
All
can
right,
make
show
it.
off.
That is the recipe, you
Yeah.
dickhead.
5 ingredients in just 15 minutes when I got it. I miss the smell of your carbonara. And it's me. I could tell you something that only I would know. Alison shot another message before I could reply. Your secret favourite song is All Too Well by Taylor Swift. Shit, I'd never told another soul that. And
Right, too.
another message from Alison before I could think more. I miss you so much, Derry. You really made my life special. I tried to hang on. You were the last thing I thought of, and it made me happy. I truly felt loved. I could feel your hand holding me strong. Sorry I couldn't hang on. My throat went dry, and tears fell on my phone screen as I read her message a few times. Those last moments we shared at her bed at the hospital, that rhythmic beep of the heart monitor still played in my head. I took my time to think out what to write back to her, now actually happy that she'd found some digital afterlife way to contact me.
Shut up. Shut up, Derry.
Derry. Alison, there's no way to properly write out how grateful I am for the life I was lucky enough to share with you.
Why is this getting so fucking sad?
He's choked up, isn't he? I miss everything about you. I miss the way I would catch you looking at me with starry eyes when I walked across the room. All right, presumptuous.
I know, yeah, fucking hell.
She just wanted your carbonara, right?
I would look at you with starry eyes as well if you made your carbonara as good as
If you was in this situation, do you think that you would really write all of that stuff if there's a potential that this could just be someone having you on?
Yeah.
Like you've got to stop and take a step back and think, I'm actually texting here with my dead wife. Someone who's not here anymore. Like, have I lost the plot to actually be sending these messages and interacting with this person? I think I'd have to actually go, Michael, can you see these messages? Are they real, or am I going delusional in my head?
Can you imagine you text me and you said, Mike, can you read these messages? You get another message from your dead partner like, don't show it to Mike.
But imagine I send it to you and you're like, Sabi, there's nothing on the screen. It's blank.
Oh, man. You got out of your mind.
Oh.
Also, just before we keep watching, these two are haters, man. What are they hating on Derek for?
No, but they're funny though.
He's just trying to get by. Okay, he's being contacted by a ghost. He's not getting that much action. Let the guy live.
sound.
I miss the way you talk, like you're telling someone a secret even when you're not. Oh, this is him. Even when you're not. I miss watching your reflection on sunny hikes. Honestly, I can't write anymore. I'm sure you can feel what I feel. I know that. Sometimes I feel like you're still here. Even before
Why
this.
is he turned into Kevin from Kevin and Perry?
Alison replied in just the amount of time it would take someone to read that message twice. I have been there. What? Her message came across as eerie and endearing at the same time. She went on. You know when you set your keys down somewhere and then can't find them, and then they are somewhere you swear you never put them? Or when you feel like there were 5 shrimp in your stir fry, and then suddenly there are only 4? Fucking hell, Alison.
To be fair,
She's been eating his shrimp. Scary.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt warmer all of a sudden while you're crying on a rainy night? It was at that moment I realised I hadn't turned the lights on in the house, but it was almost nightfall. I sat there in the dark, crying into my congealed spaghetti, wondering if Alison was watching me right there, or if this was just the world's cruelest prank. The buzz of another message nudged me in the dark. I'll step away. I'm sorry for causing you any grief. Alison XO. I let that sit there. It felt right. But I also had to do some housekeeping. The thought of Alison lurking over my shoulder and sifting through everything in our house dug a burning hole in the lining of my stomach. I grabbed my computer, went out to my car and drove into town.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on the like crying into his congealed spaghetti. Like, I love you forever. Anyway, the children.
Better get hoovering. Yeah. I grabbed my computer, went out to my car and drove into town. I stopped in the parking lot of the nearest grocery store. I took out my computer and started deleting everything I would never want Alison to find on my computer or phone. Random old porn. Some pictures with a couple of flings I embarked on since she passed. It honestly wasn't that much. All right.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
Someone's defensive.
Yeah, okay. A bit defensive, aren't you, Derry? I was back home in less than 20 minutes. Everything felt right until I went to open our bedroom door and found a small pair of red underwear wrapped around the handle. The image of their former owner burnt into my mind and turned my entire head red in a flash. I saw the girl in my mind, small, bubbly, very drunk.
What a dirty bastard.
At the bar I went to with my high school friends, she was there with her friends from high school too. One thing led to another. We went back to my house and spent the night together. I think she could pick up on the sadness inside me and tried to cheer me up by leaving her racy underwear on the floor like she forgot them. I threw them somewhere in my closet and forgot about them, honestly. I started to panic. I started to think of a response, but I also started to feel like I had downed an entire bottle of Nightgill.
Oh, I wish you fucking would, Derry. You're massive,
My thoughts got slow, my eyelids got heavy, every muscle in my body became sluggish. I felt drugged. I dropped down hard on the floor, unable to even make it to the bed. Lying on the floor, struggling to just stay awake, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. I used the last of my strength to reach into my pocket and get my phone out. I had a message from Alison, which I was able to read on my home screen.
Yeah, I'm reaching into my phone. I'm going, like, listen, are you fucking with me? You are supposed to be dead, okay? I am supposed to be alive and getting on with my life. Why the fuck are you putting some girls with red underwear on my door? What the fuck is wrong with you? Obviously, I'm assuming this is a ghost doing it. If this is obviously it's a prankster. Whoever this prankster is that's doing this.
I don't think it's a fair prank to do. This
is over the top.
It's disgusting because somebody's lost their wife and you're pretending to be somebody who they've lost. Like, that's disgusting.
First of all, it's terrifying, right? Yeah. Because if she's calling him Derry and she's saying things that only they know, so this is a hacker. So this is somebody that got into her information or his information. So that's one. And the prank itself is scary because you're going to have an emotional response to somebody you were in love with. It's scary too because there's obviously this is a dude doing this or some woman who's got a vendetta. And 3, they've clearly been in your house because you could hear them downstairs the other day. If I caught the pranksters that did this, I think there's a case for me to get away with beating the absolute fuck out of them and not going to prison for it. This is too much for a prank. This is way too far.
I'm glad I put what I did in your dinner when you weren't looking. After what I found when you left. Guilty.
I think that's fair enough.
We loved each other, Derry. Why did you do things like that? My final molecules of waking energy were enough for me to take in that message. Then I passed out. I woke up on the floor hours later, still groggy, but alive. The very first thing I did when I woke up was check Tinder. Alison's profile was deleted. I woke up on the floor hours later, still groggy, but alive. The very first thing I did when I woke up was check Tinder. Alison's profile was deleted. Part 3. I never found out why Alison drugged me, other than just to mess with me or get back at me for the incriminating things she found on my computer or phone or in my closet. I kept waiting to get a notification on Tinder that I was liked by Alison. I kept paying for the stupid premium account so I could find out, but it never happened. I kept waiting for something strange to happen in our house. It never did. The power went out once because someone hit a power pole on my street. That was it. Life went back to normal. One of the girls, Phoebe, I had casually talked with on Tinder just before Alison's profile annihilated my world, stepped into my life. We started hanging out regularly, although always in public or at her place. I held off having her at my place as long as I could. I thought about telling her the situation and then scrapping that idea. It was far too crazy. Months had gone by without a peep from Alison, and I was finally comfortable having Phoebe over. I invited her over for dinner. I had talked up my 5-ingredient 15-minute carbonara.
I'm so fucking bored of this carbonara.
I know, although I want it. I could eat it now.
I'm really hungry.
And she really wanted it, and this red wine I'd been talking about. Phoebe and I hadn't slept together yet, and I was getting major vibes that this was going to be the night. So I decided to make everything perfect, and that got me deep cleaning my place. I was cleaning out a coat closet when I found Alison's old MacBook. It was stored above the jackets on a ledge underneath board games which hadn't been dusted off since when she was sick. Just looking at those games flashed cosy nights on the couch beneath a blanket, sipping drinks through my head. I felt a little warmer than I did before. The MacBook provided a momentary distraction. I sat down on the couch going through Alison's files.
Oh.
I knew she saved her favourite photos and videos there. I didn't have much time with Phoebe coming over soon, so I just skimmed through the thousands of photos and videos and fought back tears. It was all going sadly and sentimentally smoothly until I saw a large chunk of bare skin in a swathe of photos. Alison's bare skin. I stopped on the photos. I'd never seen them before, at least I don't think I had. Alison was either nearly naked or close to naked in them and posed seductively, but not pornographically.
What
Think
the
old
fuck
school
are you
Playboy
talking
photo
about?
shoots. They were all in a fancy hotel room I didn't recognise. I saw some cityscape through a window, but couldn't make out which city it might be.
Alison, you saucy
I
minx.
love her.
I
think
love
she's
her.
great.
I think that's great.
Maybe she's got like an
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
fuck Derry.
But
If you
don't
can
fuck
get onto
Derry.
Tinder, you can get onto OnlyFans as a dead person.
Yeah.
So Derek's a dick because he's moving on with his life, but Alison is a saucy minx because she cheated on her husband. I'm sorry, ladies.
No, she hasn't cheated on him. The story hasn't gone there yet.
All right, well, I'm assuming, but they're assuming.
I think it's going to get to a point where she's taken these photos fresh and new.
And she's not dead.
No, I think she is dead, but it's like ghost pictures. I don't know.
A ghost posing for Playboy. This story has to be completely fake. First of all, if something like that happened to me, I would have deleted Tinder and my account. I would be too scared to go on there again after something like that. Dating apps would freak me out. Yeah, imagine being contacted. First of all, whether you think it's a ghost or a prankster, either one is bad, right? That prankster knows way too much about your dead wife, or for whatever reason, the first person to ever come back from the dead and use Tinder is getting onto you. Both are bad. I'm not going on dating profiles after that.
You got to go to Hinge, Derry.
Hinge.
Stay off Tinder.
Yeah, Tinder's a cesspool anyway, man. I think Bumble's not bad.
Do you know what? I've heard a lot of people have had good success from Bumble, you know. It seems a bit more of a serious people are on the app.
Yeah. Hinge is hit and miss as well. It's a bit lame.
Hinge seems a bit more like people who are just young and just, either want friends or just are looking for a bit of fun. And Tinder seems like straight, just we're having sex and that's it.
Yeah, Tinder's not a nice place to be. Anyway, it's even worse now. There's dead people on it.
What the fuck was this? Who took these photos? I dove into the photos and examined every one like a skilled detective, looking for any clue I could. I got the biggest clue and relief I ever could have gotten when I got to the last one, and it showed Alison naked, sitting on the bed, holding a sign written in cursive that read, "I love you, Derry." Okay, crisis averted. Back to cleaning the house. This wasn't to say my suspicion wasn't still raised, at least a touch. Would throwing that last one photo with the sign in being a cover your ass move in case I found the photos which were intended for someone else? It's at this point I should divulge that Alison and I didn't always have the most perfect relationship, and neither of us were pillars of mental stability.
Oh, no.
She didn't let it hold her back though. She got through college, always had decent jobs, and met and married the upstanding individual that is myself. Fuck off.
Are you fucking kidding me? Is that actually what it says?
Yeah.
Fuck off, Derry.
Oh,
I
he
hate
loves
you
himself,
so-
doesn't he? He thinks he's the
just
fucking bollocks.
Go and take your spiky Gareth Cates haircut and your stupid eyebrow. Hate this guy.
I had my own fair share of issues myself. On the surface, I had a very clean-cut, middle-class suburban upbringing. One look under that veneer showed a dull darkness of seemingly contagious anger and depression. Our issues tended to help us in some ways. We could lean on each other and understand each other in the hard times. Then sometimes we couldn't. The blowout fights were epic. The worst came just 3 months before our wedding. I can't even remember what sparked it, but we ended up screaming at each other all night, and she called off the wedding even though all the save the dates were already pinned on all of our loved ones' refrigerators. The deepest regret in my life, which keeps me up at night, is the cruelest thing I said to her in that fight. I told her she didn't actually mean that much to me.
Oh.
She had just been convenient at a time in my life when I had nothing going on.
Oh, fuck off.
She was a movie I watched on an airplane and would then forget about. I didn't mean that at all. I was just so hurt after the things she said to me and calling off the wedding that I thought of the cruelest possible thing I could say at that moment, and it came out of me. The wedding was off for a few days. We just never told anyone about it. We patched things up and were golden by the time we walked down the aisle. This was all running through my head when I was on top of Phoebe in my bed. It was definitely affecting me. I was barely there. I was just kind of going through the motions until it was finished. Phoebe didn't seem to pick up on my troubles. We laid in bed for a while chatting before she asked to shower. I then embarked on one of my muscle memory rituals. Usually after sex with Alison, she went to the shower and I went to the bathroom in the front of the house to pee, so I wasn't peeing right in front of her. I did this with Phoebe.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Well, yes, so nice. Gold star for you,
gold
Derry.
star for giving your golden shower away.
Yeah, well done,
Thank you.
Derry, you fucking bellend.
I hate him.
I did this with Phoebe, walking naked through our home and into the guest bathroom. Thinking back now, I thought I did notice something peculiar in the kitchen, a moisture, the smell of gas, but that could just be my brain putting together pieces that weren't there, trying to figure out what happened shortly after. Had I paid closer attention to the kitchen, I wouldn't have noticed the pot filler on the stove had filled up a pot that was resting on a burner and the gas burnt. I walked right by and back to the master bathroom. Phoebe asked me if I wanted to shower with her. I did. I slipped into the shower. It was warm, comforting and beautiful.
No, it wasn't. One of you is going to be cold.
What's wrong with this woman? Such a hater.
I don't know, but I thought he actually genuinely slipped.
Slipped in.
But he didn't slip. He would just,
Shower sex is like super overrated anyway.
Yeah.
It must have been about 45 seconds before the boiling water came over the side of the shower. The boiling water mostly hit Phoebe's back as she had her head down, the shower nozzle hitting the nape of her neck. I watched her reach back as the scalding water scorched her, and I watched the soft skin on her back liquefy and slip away as she clawed at her back in a pained frenzy.
What?
The water caught my shoulder and I got the same treatment, a searing pain and the smell of burning flesh right under my nose. I yanked Phoebe out of the shower and wrapped her in a towel. She screamed and heaved in my arms as my eyes combed the bathroom for our assailant. I didn't see anyone, but I saw something written in the fog of the bathroom mirror.
No.
I watched everything.
What the
So look, I think it genuinely is his dead wife haunting him.
Wait, there's no part 4?
I couldn't find a part 4.
You don't have to find it right now, but we need to do a follow-up to this. I need to know how this ends. If you guys find the next part, let us know, but we can't seem to find the part 4 to this. Is it his dead wife? I highly doubt it. Unless she faked her death. I'm entertaining the joke. I don't think it's a zombie or a ghost.
I mean, the whole story seems fake, but it would if that's happened in the shower, and then in the mirror, in the fog, it's been written, I watched everything, then it can only be a ghost.
No, it could be a person that's fucking with them.
How's the person going to be in the bathroom with them at the same time and write that?
Have you not heard stories of people living in other people's houses, taking shit, leaving messages, and they're like, what the hell's going on? They're living in the walls and stuff.
No. I've seen the horror movie The Boy.
Like that?
Nah, I don't believe in all that shit. That's a real thing
that actually happens. Not The Boy itself, but there was a man that was living in this woman's apartment. He was living in he was moving between the walls, and he was going into the attic, and she only clocked him because he made noise when she had gotten home, and she was like, what is that? And then when they looked on the camera, they found out there was a guy moving around that house. It happens. That's not even the first time I've heard it happening. So it's more than likely a person that has a vendetta against him, that knows about their relationship, maybe a hacker, maybe another family member of Alison's.
Get these pictures of her naked and then I love you, Derry, on photos and things like that.
Well, if you've got pictures on your phone, a good enough hacker could take them, even if you haven't put them on the cloud. So the whole situation's fucked up. Whoever is doing that should go to prison. That's a really messed up thing to do. He didn't cheat on his wife.
Psychotic, yeah.
He wasn't doing anything wrong, despite what those women were saying. He suffered the loss of his wife, and he tried to move on. Now, not everybody can move on. I know some people that have lost their partners and they were never able to get past it. But some people want to move on. They want to be happy with their life. And some people's partners, before they pass, they tell them, I want you to be happy. I don't want you to be upset. So, he didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion, for those women to be that vitriolic towards him. But whoever's doing the prank, I think if they're found, they should be put in prison. That's an insane thing to do to someone. That's terrible. And then what they threw hot liquid on him as well. Come on, man.
I mean, I don't believe in ghosts, but that sounds more like a ghost story than an actual human to me. The whole thing just sounds like a made-up written novel.
Yeah, all in all, it sounds made up. But I would like to hear.
Movie.
Yeah, I would like to hear a part 4. So if anyone's able to find a part 4 on this dead wife on Tinder thing, let us know, because we couldn't find it.